Good afternoon. This energy keeps building, and we've been here all day. So on December 13th, we woke up to a chorus of America saying, "Thank you, Black women." But that day when America had this resounding chorus of thank yous, we know that Black women and our allies have already known what we've always known, that Black women lead. I know that because I'm the great-granddaughter of Carrie Lee Dickens. She was born in 1895 and died shy of her 100th birthday. And although she had no access to, had a third grade education, wasn't supposed to own property, didn't have her right to vote, she dreamed a dream bigger than I could have ever imagined for me. She wanted her great-grandchildren to not live in a world confined by walls and glass ceilings. I know that Black women lead because Sojourner Truth stood in a room full of white women posing a question, "Ain't I a woman?" That speech is so relevant today. I know that Black women lead because Fannie Lou Hamer sat in the back of a church as an everyday Black woman that had worked a long day but wanted to use her voice in a way that would change the country. She held the Democratic Party to toe to ensure that our voices were heard. I know that Black women lead because 50 years ago this year, Shirley Chisholm stood in Brooklyn, New York, with her unbought and unbought leadership and ran for office, catapulting her to be the first Black woman to ever serve in that body. I know that Black women lead because Lyric shows us the future of Black women who will lead. So Higher Heights is building a national network of Black women and our allies to harness our political power in a way that embodies Shirley Chisholm's quote. She once said that if there's not a seat at the table, bring your folding chair. Our 21st century model of that are Black women are stepping off the sidelines and saying, "Get out my chair, this is my time." We're seeing that with Black women running oftentimes with little support, with less resources, but showing that we can run, win, and lead. I know that Black women lead because we have an opportunity in the next 46 days to harness our powers. I know that Black women lead because you're looking at me like, Black women lead because. I've been enjoying her all day. Black women lead because we know that when we fire up a Black woman, she doesn't go to the polls alone. She brings her house, her block, her church, and her sorority. So what do we need to do? We invite you to be part of this political home. When we said that word political home, one of the reasons why we coined that is that when a Black woman, like my great-grandmother, there was always a seat at a table. There was always an extra plate of food. So we're welcoming. We are stronger together, and we each have a role to play. So what are the three things we can do individually and collectively to ensure that Black women lead at the polls and on the ballot this year? Is to invest in Black women and invest in a 365-day-a-year investment, because we have shown that we are the best rate of return. So one of the things that I've done this year is I've doubled my political commitments. So you may have never given a donation to a political candidate or a political organization ever. Commit to write a check. And it could be a $3 check or a $1,000 check. Find someone or a cause that inspires you. Be truth tellers. Higher Heights has launched our Black Women Vote campaign in the spirit of Shirley Chisholm's Ain't I a Woman speech, and asking you to tell your truths. So on October 16th, we are gathering Black women across this country in your living rooms, in your dining rooms, in church basements, in nail salons, and hair salons, to tell our truths, to share what are the issues that we care about and what do we need to truly do to ensure that we are going to the polls, but going to the polls to change the makeup of leadership in this country in a way that will do what Black women and our allies want across this country. We want economically safe, economically stable, and healthy communities. So we invite you to be part of this growing movement of unbought and unbought Black women and our allies. If you pull out your phones and text 555-888, Black Women Lead, you will learn how you can step into your power in a way that will allow us to claim our seats at the table to ensure that Black women are leading this country to higher heights.